When you think of Michael Jackson, what comes to mind? The music, for sure, but also the moves. I mean, those moments of pure on-stage magic. And there are two that just stand out above all the rest. That impossibly smooth moonwalk, and of course the physics-defying anti-gravity lean. They looked like actual magic, right? Well, it turns out the secrets behind them are, believe it or not, even more fascinating. So the big question is, how on earth did he do it? I mean, for decades, people had been wondering, right? Was it some kind of superhuman strength? A camera trick? Well, the truth is, it's a brilliant mix of incredible human skill and some really clever engineering. But here's the twist. The secret isn't the same for both moves. And that right there is the key to this whole thing. We're talking about two iconic moves, but they have two very different secrets. The moonwalk? That's a masterpiece of physical illusion. But the anti-gravity lean, oh, that's something else entirely. That was a feat of pure mechanical invention. All right, first up, let's talk about the one we've all tried to do, probably at a wedding or a party, right? The moonwalk. It feels like you're floating, like pure magic. But what it really is a beautifully executed optical illusion. So let's break down exactly how it tricks your brain. See, the genius of the moonwalk is all about fooling our eyes. Our brain sees this smooth, almost frictionless glide backward. It really looks like he's floating. But what's actually happening on the ground is a whole series of incredibly precise, super-controlled foot movements. So while our eyes are seeing this effortless float, the reality is a constant, super-controlled shift of weight from one foot to the other. It's actually really hard work, just perfectly disguised to look like magic. And that, my friends, is the art of the illusion. So how does it actually work? Well, it starts with one heel up and one foot flat. Now, the real key is to keep that flat foot perfectly flat on the ground as you slide it straight back. The magic moment, though, it's the heel swap. That super quick switch is what creates the illusion of continuous backward motion. It's all about getting into that smooth, seamless rhythm. And this right here is why it's so incredibly hard to get right. It's where most of us mess up. If you lift that sliding foot off the ground, even just a tiny bit, the illusion is completely shattered. It's gone. The magic is all in keeping that foot perfectly flat against the floor, and that takes an unbelievable amount of control. Okay, now for the other move, and this is a whole different ballgame. If the moonwalk was all about physical illusion, the anti-gravity lean was something else entirely. This wasn't a trick you could just practice in your living room. No way. This was engineering. Yeah, you heard that right. I don't care how strong your core is or how amazing your balance is, you simply cannot do the smooth criminal lean on your own. It is physically impossible for the human body. So this wasn't about hours of practice. It was all about invention. So, if it's not really a dance move in the way we think of one, then what in the world are we looking at? How did he and his dancers pull off an angle that by all laws of physics should have sent them crashing straight to the floor? And here is your answer. It was a patented invention. Seriously, U.S. patent number 5255452 to be exact, filed by Michael Jackson himself, along with two colleagues. The secret to this piece of magic wasn't in the choreography. It was in the engineering. So let's dive into the mechanics of this absolutely incredible piece of stagecraft. I mean, this is where artistry and engineering just collide in the most spectacular way possible. Okay, so it was this super ingenious two-part system. First, the dancers wore these special shoes that had a V-shaped slot cut right into the heel. Then, at the perfect moment in the performance, these little steel pegs would actually rise up out of the stage floor, designed to lock in perfectly with those shoes. And the result of that? This incredible 45-degree forward lean. I mean, just think about that angle. It's completely impossible unless you're anchored to the floor. Their feet were literally hooked into the stage, which allowed them to pivot their entire bodies forward. It absolutely stunned audiences, and for good reason. So here's the sequence of how it all went down during a show. The pegs would come up, usually hidden by all the dramatic stage lighting. The dancers would subtly slide their heels back to hook that V-slot right onto the pegs, locking them in. Then came that iconic, impossible lean, and just as quickly, they'd lift their feet to unhook and just continue dancing, right as the pegs disappeared back into the floor. It was totally seamless. Okay, and this is probably the most critical part of this whole explainer. Please do not try this at home. The source material couldn't be clearer on this. Performing this lean requires the exact patented equipment. It is not a party trick. It is a professional, highly engineered stage illusion. So absolutely appreciate the genius, but please don't try to replicate it. So, when you put it all together, you really get a complete picture of Michael Jackson's unique brand of genius. It was never just about the dance moves. It was about creating these unforgettable moments, things that nobody had ever seen before, and he was willing to use any tool at his disposal to do it. So let's just break it down one last time, side by side. The moonwalk, that's pure optical illusion, all done with incredible physical skill. Go ahead, give it a try. But the anti-gravity lean, that's a mechanical invention that needs patented equipment, and it is absolutely 100% not something to try at home. Two legendary moves created through two totally different kinds of genius. And that really leaves us with a final, fascinating question, doesn't it? Michael Jackson blended artistry with engineering to create something truly unforgettable, and it just makes you wonder, how many other moments of on-stage magic, whether it's in music or theater or even magic shows, are really just brilliant hidden innovations? What other incredible secrets are hiding in plain sight?